What if I told you that you could find this deep, extraordinary meaning, not in some big future goal, but in the very next email you're about to write? Today, we are diving into the idea of daily excellence, and it's all about making the mundane magnificent.
I mean, really think about your to-do list for a second. What if answering that one little email, or just tidying up your desk, could feel just as meaningful as launching some huge project? This isn't about adding more work to your plate, believe me. It's about changing the quality of the work you're already doing. And that shift, it's way simpler than you think.
You know, the secret to this whole transformation really lies right here, in this one powerful idea. And I want you to think of it less as just a quote and more as a practical philosophy, a game plan for turning any work you do into something that actually matters.
So here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to start with the core principle itself. Then we'll look at its incredible scope, the kind of attitude it requires, the real motivation behind it, and finally, the most important part, how you can actually put it into practice. Let's start with that transformative principle. Okay, first things first. This is not about adding more stuff to your to-do list. Not at all. It's about changing the very foundation of how you approach the list you already have. It's a mindset shift, almost like installing a new operating system for how you take action.
So, just how far does this principle go? Well, this is where the idea gets really huge. And honestly, the first few words are both the most challenging and the most freeing part of the whole thing.
We all do this, right? We have our A-game projects, the big, important stuff. And then there's everything else, the get-it-done tasks we just have to push through. Well, this principle we're looking at today, it completely erases that line in the sand.
Whatever you do, just let that sink in. It doesn't say whatever big project you do or whatever you find super exciting. No, it's all-encompassing. And that means every single action, from that product launch to answering a simple email, becomes a brand new opportunity to operate at a higher standard. It kind of democratizes excellence, you know?
All right, so if everything is an opportunity to be excellent, the big question is how? How in the world do we approach the monumental and the mundane with the exact same standard? Well, it all comes down to attitude.
The original language uses a word that translates to heartily or with all your soul. This isn't just about checking a box. It means pouring your passion and energy into your work. It's the difference between doing something because you have to and doing it because you choose to, bringing your full spirit to the task at hand.
So how do we actually cultivate that heartfelt attitude? Well, it boils down to a really simple three-part process. First, give the task your absolute focus, because excellence is pretty much impossible when you're distracted. Second, set a positive intention. You're aiming to create real value, not just to get it done. And finally, make a commitment to quality before you even start. Just decide that this one thing will be done well. But look, having the right attitude is only half the battle. To make it stick, we need the right motivation. This is the engine that drives this entire philosophy. It's not about what you do or even how you do it, but who you are ultimately doing it for.
It's such a simple question, isn't it? But the answer changes everything. Is your work for your boss? Is it for your clients? Is it just for a paycheck? Or is it for that temporary rush of praise and approval?
Think about it this way. When we work for external approval, our effort goes up and down. We work hard when the boss is watching, and maybe we kind of ease up when they're not. But when your motivation comes from a high internal standard, your commitment to quality becomes consistent. It's unshakable because it's self-driven.
And this is the real key. You can think of this as working for an audience of one. It means your standard for excellence doesn't depend on who is or isn't watching, or who will or won't praise you for it. You're aiming to meet a perfect internal standard. This elevates the work itself, making it a reflection of your own commitment, not just a performance for other people.
So this is a really powerful theory, but how do we make it real? Like right now in our actual messy lives. Let's get super practical.
This might be the most important takeaway of all. Please don't think about becoming an excellent person overnight. That's just overwhelming. Instead, reframe it. Excellence isn't some permanent state you achieve. It's a simple choice you make over and over again for each individual task in front of you.
So forget your entire to-do list for a moment. Forget the week, forget the year, the entire journey of daily excellence. It all begins with just one single thing.
So after this is over, what's the very next thing on your list? Answering an email, making a phone call, reading a document? That task right there, that's your opportunity.
So, how will you choose to do it?